What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. So, more than 50 people were killed on Sunday. Some people are actually saying about 85 people were killed when gunmen opened fire as well as detonated dynamite at St. Francis Catholic Church in Ondo State.
Just as worshippers gathered there, gunmen with explosives stormed the church, opened fire, shooting at people outside and inside the church building. The bishop and the priest from the parish survived the attack unharmed, while among the dead were many children.
So many others were also injured, including children.
The number we had there yesterday was 39. There's 26 adults and 13 children.
Doing our best to resuscitate and make sure that their injuries are not worsened in any way.
By the way, did you notice the hospital where people are being treated? Can't we do better than this? I mean, for how long would we talk about the condition of our hospitals? That is supposed to be a federal hospital. I honestly don't know what else to say. I mean, we've been shouting for a long time that there's fire on the mountain, that this is happening in different parts of the country. Let's not forget that in January, about 200 people were killed in Zamfara state by so-called bandits. They attacked 5 different villages simultaneously. And then in April, that's just 2 months ago, 106 people were killed in Plateau State in one day when bandits attacked 10 different communities. And let's not forget, in Nasarawa, 45 people were killed in one day in December of last year. And while the bandits, the gunmen, whatever name we want to give them, are doing their own, let's not forget that security forces are also doing their own. In the southeast, for example, it was reported that at least 1,400 people were killed both by security forces and jihadists between 2020 and 2021. And let's not forget that while the security forces are doing their own in the southeast, unknown gunmen are also killing people in the southeast. It was just about 2 weeks ago that this unknown gunman gunned down a woman and her 4 children. The list goes on, and now 50 worshippers were gunned down. Don't we see that we have a problem of insecurity as a nation? And it keeps happening over and over. Why? Because nothing is done whenever it happens. You know, people would be sad, everybody would express condolences, and then a few days after, Nigerians have moved on. Nothing is done to ensure security. And then it happens again, the same cycle keeps repeating itself, the same headlines, and the condolence messages. I don't know if you've noticed, it's like they have the templates ready. And I'm talking about our officials. They just release the templates whenever these things happen. I mean, as usual, the president sent his condolence statement. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but whenever tragedy happens in another country, Buhari would tweet about it. He's always one of the first people to tweet about it. And I'm talking about his own personal Twitter page would tweet about it. But if the tragedy happens in Nigeria, he doesn't tweet about it or even acknowledge it. Not at all. We always would get a statement from one of his spokesperson. It's very sad. It's like we're no priority to our own president. He's more concerned about making an impression to the rest of the world. And it's not just the president. It's very sad because the only time that we hear from our vice president is when he's expressing his condolences. Every time something happens, they're always expressing condolences. So, of course, everybody condemned what happened. Even Alhaji Tinubu. Let's not forget that the Lekki shooting that happened in Lagos, where he lives, he did not say anything at that time or make a donation. I'm just saying that election is here. But you know, the annoying thing in all of this is that after releasing their statements, our president and the stakeholders of his party, APC, they all sat down for a banquet in Abuja. Yes, I know the banquet was already scheduled, but couldn't that have been postponed? Seriously? How do you as leaders wine and dine on the same day that 50 lives were taken and you've done absolutely nothing to ensure security? You failed. You failed to provide security for people, and you had the guts to sit down and wine and dine together on the same day. How insensitive can you be? Don't you think we need a state of emergency in Nigeria? Isn't it more important for these men to have an urgent like emergency meeting on what to do about all these massacres taking place in different parts of the country. The Methodist bishop, the prelate, who was kidnapped in Abia State, said something just days before this massacre.
These people told us that they are going to bring, after buying enough weapons, that they are all coming to locate themselves in Igbo land. He said, do you know Ibadan, Lagos Expressway? We are in all the bush there. We are also in the south. We are waiting for the slightest signal. We will finish you people and take over this land.
Wow. Okay. And then he also said that the kidnappers were working with soldiers.
The irony of it, what pained me most, was where they were situated. Nigerian soldiers, they were there at Lomara Junction. And these boys were going behind them. I accuse the soldiers, they are part of it. Because they are shooting this man. When our people wanted to comb the bush, the soldiers said, if you move a step, we finish you. Don't go there.
Now, as expected, instead of doing something about what he said, they prefer to invite him for questioning. How dare he mention soldiers? The man was talking about what he saw. Everything boils down to money. The soldiers are already not well paid. So if kidnappers offer them more money, what do you think would happen? I'm not saying that they are working with kidnappers or not. I'm just saying they are not well paid. Now this means, according to this man, it means nowhere he's safe in the country. And those that are supposed to do something about it were comfortable having a banquet that same night. And then the next day, of course, Tinubu went to Ondo. He donated 75 million. Osinbajo also went there. And the question is, do you think these people actually care? Guys, something has to be done. We cannot continue like this. We already have to provide basically everything for ourselves as Nigerians. You provide your own electricity. You provide your own water. You provide your own education as well. If you don't, you may end up spending 7-8 years in school when you should spend 4 years. And then when it comes to security, you're also on your own. Guess what? Officials are focusing solely on the APC primaries. These families are once again left on their own. I really don't know what else to say in terms of what we need to do as a nation, because those that can actually do something don't care. They do not care about the people. Is this how we will continue? Our deepest condolences, of course, to everyone that lost someone in that attack and in the other massacres that we've had across the country. May God comfort you all, and may their souls rest in peace. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. You guys not doing much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.